start having some beers and stuff, and I start mingling, and I
taking off
my clothes.
Damn, you got
real quick.
Please consider this an activation. Put it all on the line. This is motivation for every single thing that causes frustration. All it really ever takes is some concentration. Mix it up with the passion.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. I'm your host, EMB Flame. Humble and Fearless Podcast. I'm excited today. I got a special guest. Actually, I have two special guests. One of them you've seen before on the podcast. I think back then it was called the Flexical Podcast. But we changed the name, Humble and Fearless. Still the same podcast. Still the same badass host.
Humble and Fearless too.
Have you?
I think.
Maybe. All right. Well, if you guys didn't know, I have G-Bic right here. G-Bic is part of Edmo Gala. That's a two-man band that we created back in, what year was it, dude?
We're in, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago.
About 4 or 5 years ago. I want to introduce my other guest. Before I introduce him, I just want to let you guys know, this guy gets down at playing guitar. He's an amazing singer.
Thanks, dude.
He's a freaking
guitarist forever.
Straight up like professional when you guys see his work, and that's Shanx FM.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Thanks for coming on the podcast, man.
Dude, Shanx FM wouldn't be anything if it weren't for Eddie as well. You know what I'm saying? We have a good crew. Greg Shapovalov, shout out to you at Narrative Sound. He's the guy that records my music. And I like to consider him a co-producer because he puts in his ideas as well, and that's what makes Shanx FM.
Okay.
And
where can the people follow you, real quick?
You can follow me on Instagram. You can just type in Shanx FM.
Shanx FM.
Shanx_FM, like FM radio.
Right.
And you can follow on Facebook, YouTube. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can purchase any of my songs or just listen to them through Bandcamp as well, Spotify, iTunes, or basically any format. I prefer using Bandcamp, and you can find me at ShanxFM, like #1.bandcamp.com. And I like having people kind of mainly go through there because I get most of the money when I do sell songs. So
nice.
So come through and check it out.
Awesome. All right, so now that you guys know where to check him out, you mentioned the video part of it. You had a video back in, I'm not sure how many years ago, but it was like a robot type video. Can you give us like a little background of like how that came about, or was that a solo band, or what was that?
Well, so back in the day, I was in a group called Robot and Me, but when that song was made, I had made it by myself in the studio.
Okay.
So, and then later on, I formed the band, so technically, it's a Shanx FM song because I did everything in the studio.
I think you did tell me that too.
But I had my buddy Omar Cruz join in on that video. Money-wise, because it cost $2,000 to make that music video at that time. It was expensive, but it was a hit. It was good, but I don't think that we knew how to promote it and how to like push it to be.
So can I ask what caused it to kick out that much? Why was it so much to do that? Was it because of all the getting people to do the video shoot and stuff like that, or?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people in the music video and in the process. So we went through Charlie Boris, Vortex Productions. Shout out to Charlie as well. He's done documentaries. He's done.
That's cool.
He doesn't really do music videos that much, but when he did, like that shit was fire. Dude. Like it was super good.
He's got that like cinematic.
Yeah. And
look and everything.
He had a really good team with him, Greg Mayers, and his lady at the time. She helped storyboard everything. So I usually
professionals on to do everything.
Yeah, so we had like a crew that did specific parts in that video for the video.
Okay.
Lighting, and
okay,
so it was super professional, and it was really cool.
That's badass.
To see how the pros do it,
Right,
And,
I only ask because, like, most of the time when we do our videos and stuff, like,
Yeah.
we're just doing our own shoots and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it's different.
granted, like, lighting and certain cameras and things definitely play into effect on
Right.
how your effects
yeah.
come out, but I mean, it's still, like, amateur videos and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of made me curious, like, what
It was a
things
professional.
would,
If you watch the video,
for, like, professional factors, what, like, that price factors, what they do for
Right,
being able to
right.
do something like that.
And that was cheap. You know, like he hooked it
Yeah.
up really. Like
they're
so, I mean,
expensive, man.
yeah,
those videos.
But you know, I'm very proud and very happy to be working with EMB Flame, dude, because
I appreciate that.
He does amazing work.
you do a great job. You're professional as well, dude. You know, and I appreciate.
And I try to keep it affordable too, you know, because I know how hard it
appreciate
is. You know
the
what
prices,
I mean? Like,
man. That
it's tough, dude. It's tough getting a professional image, and when you do, almost got to pay an arm and a leg. You know.
yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like provide value, but at the same time, I'm not trying to like make artists go broke. 'Cause,
Yeah.
dude, this music shit's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, it can
Oh,
get
it is.
expensive, especially when you shoot a video like that.
Oh yeah.
you know?
Just equipment
2,000,
alone.
man.
I mean, guitar, and you're right along with me. Just guitar equipment alone itself, trying to get
Dude,
pedals.
how many
and
guitars
stuff.
do you have?
How lot? I want to say at least 9.
Damn.
I've got with all of my equipment and stuff. I've got well over $5,000 in
Yeah.
equipment. I mean, well over. And
Yeah, it gets expensive,
it's,
man.
It's outrageous. And
When did you pick up the guitar? How old were you?
I was a little kid at first, but probably around 10. When I was 9 or 10, my dad started putting me in guitar lessons.
Oh, okay.
Here at Wenatchee, Washington, they used to have this place called the Bandbox, and so we walked in.
Oh, I've heard. I
Yeah.
know that place. Yeah.
And I used to have this big ass guitar, but I was like
Mm-hmm.
a little kid, you know, and so. Of course, everybody that was working there was laughing at me because they're just like, "How's this
Yeah,
little
big
kid
old
gonna?"
acoustic.
It's like big head, little body with a big ass guitar, like trying to balance all that shit out. But eventually, I got a smaller guitar to learn, and I was taking lessons probably for like 3 years, and then my guitar teacher passed away.
Oh.
Did you start off on acoustic?
I did,
Okay.
yeah, I
Nice.
did, and then later on, my dad bought me a blue Washburn, which I still own. I still have it.
Nice.
But I never use it. It's just kind of in its case, you know,
It's
doing its
there.
thing.
Okay, is that an electric or acoustic?
It's an electric,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And then there have been guitars in and out of my life that
Yeah.
I've broken on stage or that I've, you know, traded with somebody or somebody else has my stuff, and so I have their guitars.
Oh, okay. I see.
When my brother passed, he had an acoustic and a bass guitar. So I mean, I still have those. you know?
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been playing since you were like 9 or 10, then.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you went through a whole transition with music because it didn't start off with this Shanx FM stuff, right?
No.
Like, do you remember the first like type of music you recorded?
Yeah. I mean, well, okay. So like back in the day, Shanx FM wasn't a thing. It was the Shanx.
Oh,
and so the
shit.
Shanx was actually a little band that we were trying to form as like middle school kids.
Oh, okay.
And then later on, another guy was like, I don't want to play anymore, you know? So
Oh, okay.
then we started doing our own thing, trying to find a drummer, and then so we found a drummer, and then I don't know, we just disbanded. We weren't taking it seriously, we were just fucking
It
around.
happens.
But later on, I still kept the Shanx thing, and I started releasing, you know, music videos or music as a solo artist. And then I just added the FM because it's like, all right, Shanx FM is like a radio station of what different, I guess, genres we were playing or I was
okay.
playing or whatever.
I like
so it's
that.
like a little radio
That's
station
cool.
of that
Yeah.
artist, you know,
That's
like the process. And so
Okay.
this is a whole new phase, Shanx FM, when Sweet Quarantine dropped and Scarecrow and
Right.
and all those songs have been really successful and
That's
really
cool.
really cool.
I like seeing it come together.
Yeah.
You know, from hearing the song to the final product, you know, the video.
Yeah.
It's a whole different feeling.
Yeah.
And you're also part of another band called Datura, right?
Datura.
So
Yep.
how did that start? When did you meet them?
Datura, so Jake and I, the bassist for the band, we met through a mutual friend, who also likes that kind of dark wave, cold wave, post-punk stuff.
Okay.
Gothy stuff, for those of you guys who don't know, it's, you know, basically a softer punk rock, you know, like, but it's still cool, it's fun, and it has, you know, dark vibes, dark music.
I like the vibe.
And so we met through a mutual friend, probably in 2017. And then we just started jamming out, and we were like, hey, we need a drummer, you know, and so that's when we asked Tiffany to join the band. Then she was like, yeah, I'm down. So we've been playing ever since, and we have 2 EPs already released, and then we just recently released a full-length album titled Arcano Chemical. You can also find that on Spotify, Bandcamp.
Arcano Chemical.
Yep.
I'll put that right here so you guys can see it.
There you go. Apple Music, and we have music videos out, and obviously we had
I've seen a couple of those. Those are good.
EMB do a couple, right? Or
I think we did one.
He's done one for Datura, but there will be more where he's involved in the future. But yeah, as my solo stuff, he's done basically all the music videos except one that I had a long time ago before I even knew who he was.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah. So, last year, 2021, did you do a lot of releasing? I don't think you did a ton of drops, right?
No. I don't know. It was a weird year.
It was kind of on and off?
Yeah, 2021 was a shit year and a really good year at the same time.
Right.
So many ups and downs.
Yeah. But, you know, I just through like personal stuff, I was going through a breakup. I ended up selling my house. Right. And I ended up buying another place and then remodeling the place. Right. And then moving in. And it's just, you know, constant change throughout that whole year that had me like stressed out, you know? And so I wasn't really able to focus on music, or I wasn't really able to find the energy to create, you know? So
I feel that 100%. I kind of went through the same thing, you know? Yeah, especially when my brother passed away. Yeah. That caught me off guard, you know? It's been about a year. It was on March 8th of 2021, you know? So that just hit us unexpectedly, you know? And it was crazy because like I had just dropped a video, he was in the video and everything, and I was just like having this energy, like I was like, I know big things are gonna happen, you know? I know like things were just feeling right, you know? And then all of a sudden, boom, that happens, and it just threw me off, dude. And even after that, you know, that happened, you know, I started like, you know, I was drinking a lot, you know, just to numb the pain, you know, because that's how it is, man. Sometimes you just want to like numb it. And that's what ended up happening with me. And eventually afterwards, it was like on Memorial Day, I talked about this on a previous podcast. I suffered an accident on a boat. You know, I slipped off the boat and I, you know, got a huge like laceration on the right leg. It was just like, it was bad, dude.
That was bad.
And I was already like trying to get out of that depressive, you know, state of mind that I was in when my brother had passed away. And I felt like I was doing good. I felt like I was on the right track, you know, getting over it and everything. But then like after that happened, I was like on the bed for like a month, you know, with my leg raised. I couldn't really do shit. And that shit just, again, put me into like this depression, you know. I was just like, damn, I don't even feel motivation to do anything. I didn't want to post anything, you know. And I never even really like talked about that in the other podcast. But I mean, that's basically what happened with me. So yeah, 2021, it was definitely like a lot of ups and downs. But the one thing that I can take from things like that is it really depends on the way you look at it, you know? So the outcome's always going to be different, you know, from every situation, but the way you look at it, I remember I told you this the day we shot the video. I was like, if you look at it like, oh, why is this happening to me? Like, why is life happening to me? That's a whole different mindset than thinking life is happening for me, you know? Like, I think this is happening for me, because the outcome of like those bad things, or those, you know, events that make us go like, fuck, like, you know, that depress us, bro, that make us feel bad, it's like, I feel like that's like the universe's way of fucking setting you up for what's next, you know? Because it's either like you stay down and you just stay like that forever, or do you get up and like you start thinking, okay, what did I learn from this event, you know?
Right.
Because I learned a lot, even from when my brother passed away. I learned a lot, dude. Like, he was just so humble, you know, just super chill with everybody. And, like, I liked how he was like that. And he would always be like, he'd go up to people, random people, and, like, start talking to them like he knew them, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, me, bro, I'm not like that, you know? I'm like, bro, like, why are you doing that? You don't even know that guy, you know? But, like, he taught me a lot, man.
Me out the first time he did that to me.
Yeah.
I come over to hang out with him. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like,
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
"You're Eddie's brother, right?" I was like, "Yeah."
That's how it
He was
is.
just so cool with me. I was
Yeah,
like,
dude.
"Okay, I'm gonna love this guy now."
Yeah, he's always hella cool. And, like,
I did. He was awesome.
yeah, and it just taught me a lot, just to be, you know, just be humble and, like, you know, accept people, you know, treat them like they're your friend, even if they're fucking dicks, you know. Sometimes it's hard, but someone's, you just gotta be the bigger man sometimes and be like, all right, man, you know what? We don't see eye to eye, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. But yeah, so yeah, 2021 was pretty rough for all of us. So what's next, dude? So what do you think 2022 is bringing? Do you have anything planned for the rest of the year?
Yeah. Well, coming out of 2021, you know, toward the end there, I was drinking a lot, you know, basically
Yeah.
throughout that whole year.
Right.
I mean, I do like to drink, don't get me wrong, but
Right.
I was abusing it, you know, and that's
I think that COVID did that to
I think
everybody.
a lot of
Yeah.
people do.
It
for
just
real.
kind of really hit
real.
everybody.
But
So you're not alone.
it's hard to get out of that little cycle because it's like
Oh,
it
yeah.
almost feels like you want to stay depressed. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
weird, but
Yeah.
when I don't know, I woke up one day and I was just like, dude, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Get your shit together. So it's like, sit down, write down the things that I needed to
I like
do,
that. Write them down.
the things that I need to get rid of that are adding stress. So like at least twice a year, I go through, I don't know, clothes, or I go through material stuff that I don't need. It's just there.
Right.
Get out of the way, clear it out.
Okay.
Start fresh, you know,
There you
every
go.
single time. And so like I've been trying to keep things down to a minimum now. It's easier to stay organized, stay clean, and I'm getting back into the gym, working out.
Nice.
Getting back into jiu-jitsu hopefully soon. I'm trying to condition my body before I jump in there again, but
Yeah, that's a good idea.
'cause,
You
yeah,
wanna get your ass
jiu-jitsu,
kicked right
dude,
away.
jiu-jitsu kicks ass. Yeah, but so I've been trying to focus on
That's cool, though.
my physical well-being, my mental.
That's
I've been
good.
reading a lot, listening to a lot of podcasts, and
there you go.
you know, just trying to build my knowledge a little more about real estate, because I would really like to start, you know, buying more real estate so I can rent out stuff. Yeah, sure, make money that way, but it's like I'm also helping somebody have a home,
Right,
you know,
right.
and not, you know, trying to, I don't know, I guess just expand a little bit besides just having the 9 to 5, or you know,
Yeah,
it's just
definitely,
like
man.
something else needs to happen besides just going to work, coming home, and
Yeah.
it's like 10 years or, you know, 5 years down the line, you're still doing the same shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna really psychologically fuck you if you're not where you want to be.
Definitely.
You know?
And in order to get that initial, like, mindset of, like you said that you told yourself one day, you're just like, come on, get your shit together. Like, that's really what it takes. Just that kind of snap. Like, you just have to, like, tell yourself, you know, discipline
Kinda
yourself.
slap yourself across the face.
Yeah.
Like, dude, get
Yeah,
with it.
on
Yeah.
some real shit.
Yeah.
I
You know,
feel you.
discipline is definitely, like, something that, I mean, that's literally what every religion practices. You know, that's what, you know, is one of the main things that helps you grow is discipline, right? Is being able to just lock in and get the stuff done that needs to get done, you know?
Yeah.
And we all have our forms of, you know, finding that discipline.
And on top of that, you feel so much better about yourself too.
Yeah.
You even like the other day we were talking, and you're like, all right, let's say that I'm depressed or whatever, but you see somebody else is also down in the dumps.
Yeah.
What helps you feel better is trying to help them. You know, like, because
Exactly.
it's just
Yeah.
like, okay, now I feel like, okay, I have
Yup.
some type of worth, or I was able to do something even in my current state.
Yup.
But also being helped, it's awesome, because now it shows that not everybody's an asshole. Some people are actually there trying to do good for you, you know, or
Right.
do well.
Exactly. Yeah.
They want you to do well.
That was always a factor that got me out of some of my little ruts. Like if I was, like you were saying, able to help somebody or give that,
Yeah.
give back that effort, whatever it was, that always may not like fully bring me out of it, but it always definitely boosted me up and stuff, and just made it.
You feel
made that depression not so bad. It's
right.
like, you know, I helped him out, dude. Okay, that's freaking cool. Okay,
yeah, dude. Because it's, I mean, we're all.
It's definitely, it's right on the spot. You were right there. That's.
Well, I was just saying what he had
Right.
said, you know, a couple days ago.
Totally.
That's
So right on the spot, dude.
It's like,
That's right.
you have to sometimes to be able to get out.
That's how it is, man. We have way more similarities as humans than differences, dude.
Oh yeah.
And you know, we have all these boundaries that kind of like you know, it's like, dude, we don't even go outside and say hi to our neighbors sometimes. We're just like, you know, kind of like in our own little world, you know. And I think social media kind of fucking did that to us too. Everybody's kind of in their own little fucking world, you know.
I think people are afraid also. Like, they're afraid of, like, the response they're going to get.
That's
or
facts. Yeah.
the how they're going to get treated.
100%.
Like, and it's not even anywhere of, like, sex, race, or anything like that. It's just the fact of being, like, denied. Like, you just want to go say hi to this new neighbor. Hey, how you doing?
Rejected.
And and all of a sudden you're just trying to be nice, and they're gonna be like, "Dude, get away from me! You get off my property, punk!
How's that gonna make you feel, bro? Coming
Oh
around
my
here
gosh,
again.
I just wanted to say hi."
Nah, dude,
It sucks.
That's so that's like one of the good things about, I guess, my job. I'm a sales guy, but I also work the route, you know, and I see a lot of people, and you kind of learn over time how to deal with certain people.
Right.
You know, some people will have like a little dry attitude to them.
Yeah.
But they're nice people, and they try to be an asshole, like to be funny, but some people might take it the wrong way or whatever.
Right.
Over time, it's like you learn how to deal with so many different type of people that even if they do reject you, you're just like, well, it's not me. It's my title of being a salesperson. Like, some people
do you like door-to-door sales?
No, I have my own route, and so I go to different accounts and I service them, and I also do direct sale, like janitorial supplies or like paper towels, toilet paper, that kind of, you know, that deal. So I work in the linen business. But, you know,
you still have to deal with that, like, selling factors and the fact of rejection, because you're going to offer something to them and they could easily get away from me.
Yeah. Some people just don't like sales people, you know what I'm saying? But and so it's funny because my boss, he'll be like, oh yeah, he's like, that guy just doesn't like me. He doesn't like me. As soon as I walk in, like, I could tell that he's already pissed at me, you know.
I can feel that. Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. Like, you know, also depends on your job description. So that's what I do. That's what's helped me get out of my shell as well. You know, I'm not a very shy person as it is. You know, I'm able to talk to anybody. But that has also helped me deal better with being rejected. You know, it's like, it's not personal.
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
Take it
don't take it personal, man.
Yeah.
That's, if you can just remember that one thing, don't take anything personal. Like, sometimes when people want to make you feel certain ways because they're like, well, I want to make you feel like how I feel right now. You know, I'm going to piss you off.
Right.
Like, you know, and it's like, don't let that shit get to you, dude. It's hard at first because they want to get you, want to pull you in, you know? But if you can just be like, nah, dude, you're not going to fucking trigger my, you know, that emotion. You're not going to do it. That's like having that just like, I don't know, that emotional intelligence to understand, like, yo, they're trying to fuck with your emotions, but you're not going to let them.
Right.
You know?
You can relate in this. Retail has definitely helped me in that. You can relate in that.
Retail.
It's like, I do plumbing and stuff. And I mean, I'm not saying that's like brain surgery work, but 90% of the time when you get customers coming in for plumbing and stuff, they've either got a flood on their hand or they've got something
one of the
really
toughest
messed
departments,
up.
not going to lie.
It is. And so, I mean, I've had to learn in that factor that, like he was saying too, you can't take it personally. And I've learned where they are furious and they'll come in.
It almost seems like they're mad at you.
Just
Like,
sit here and flood my house and it's all your fault. And it's like, dude, I was just standing here. How did I do that?
Let me help you.
Right?
Come on.
And over the years, I've had to learn, dude. They're not taking it out on. Well, they are taking it out on me, but it's not my fault.
Right.
I didn't do it. I didn't cause it, and And because I mean, when I first started, and I had this one guy come in one time, and straight up, I just was being nice. Sir, can I help you find anything? How you doing? I ain't worth a fuck. And I'm like, oh my god. well, can I help you? I don't think you can fucking do shit for me, guys. I was just like, whoa.
Security, we're gonna need you on outline.
And I mean, it was terrifying, but like after I got him like kind of settled down and was able to figure out what he was doing and got him helped out, he was a happy man and went on his happy little way. But I mean, yeah, there's been so many points where I feel you. Like you probably go up to that doorway and they instantly know right away what you're doing and what you're selling. And they're like, dude, you just need to get off my porch. Don't even knock on that door. Just get off now. And I mean, it sucks. I hate, like, I don't want to say that I hate retail and selling jobs because, I mean, there's really, I love being a people person. I love some of the customers I've gotten.
Yeah.
And that's how I've learned to be a people person. And I have to give kudos to my best friend Alan. He was one that really pushed me when we were younger and we'd go to parties and stuff. Like I was so shy. I was a little wuss when it came to parties. I couldn't go talk. I could not talk to anybody. And I kind of just hover by him and hanging out, and he'd get so annoyed. He'd be like, dude, get away from me. Go mingle. Go find people to talk to, but get away from me.
It's like a little kid attached to their mom.
Yeah.
Like,
straight up, that's what it was, because I didn't...
Go play somewhere.
Go play, dude.
I'd go and start having some beers and stuff, and I'd start mingling, and
taking off my
learned
clothes.
Yeah, you got
Pole
real quick. Started getting real quick.
It's like, yeah, man, this got weird real quick.
Hey guys, you like my new birthday suit? But no, he definitely helped push me out there. But I promise, it never got that bad.
Sort of dancing on the tables and doing the work.
Then I remember. Then I can recall.
It did get that bad. No, but I was a very shy kid, and that but retail helped also a lot. That really, like, even in like my co-workers Doug and Bruce, they were ornery old guys, and that just didn't give a crap about customers, but they would help them if they had to. But most of the time, they're like, "Squirrel, you need to go help that customer. I don't want to deal with them."
Well, I mean,
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well,
go figure it out. Now you gotta learn.
It brings you back to like, all right, except you're at your job, you're getting paid,
right.
Which is that's the bonus. But it's like if you weren't at your job, the whole point is how can you help this person?
Right.
How can you help this person?
Exactly.
Maybe they're having a shitty day, and how can you bring them up to your level and be like, hey, dude. Wipe the dust off them and be like, hey, dude, you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Let me take you to where we have our whatever. This, you can use this, you can use that. And if you don't know, then ask somebody else or whatever. Or direct them, put them in the right direction.
Jokes and throw little things, humor out and different things just to sit there and hopefully maybe liven their day a little bit. So your house is flooded? Well, at least you're not drowning yet.
That sucks.
Right? That
fucking walk off.
At least it's not burning. And if it was, you don't have to worry about it because the funnel put out the fire, so you're good to go.
Look at the bright side. If your cat's on fire right now, you're good. You're
fine.
My cat put it out. You're fine.
I can't drown. Damn.
Did you take swimming lessons? You're good.
Dude, so going from switching the subject real quick.
Sorry, no worries. I went way off subject.
Nah, dude, it's all good, dude. We're just having a good time. Bro, so out of like all the hobbies, all the things out here that you could do with your time, with your passion, whatever brought you to music, I want to know, why was it music? Like, why did you pick music? Like, what was it about music that called you? Was it when you were little and you just fell in love with it? Did you fall in love with it through time when you picked up the guitar? When did that start? Like the love for music?
I mean, ever since I was little, I was always making little instruments out of pots, pans, and I used to get like the rolls of
like
napkins or
paper towels.
Paper towels. So I would get the rolls once they were done. I would stuff them with toilet paper, and then I would put tape over them, and then I would be banging on the, I would
not know that.
make guitars out of cardboard and then put like rubber bands.
Oh shit!
I would just
making
like
his own instruments.
I'd be bumping some Mana. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the band Mana. It's
I've
just
heard
rock in
of it.
Spanish.
Oh, I think I have. I think I've heard of them.
And so
Pretty popular, right? They're pretty big.
Yeah, they're big now.
Mainstream?
Yeah, they're very mainstream
Okay,
now.
yeah.
Maybe too mainstream where I don't know. Their stuff has just gone down the drain. But
feel that.
when I was a kid, you know, I was like, yeah, dude, this is rock, you know. And so ever since I was little and I first heard it, I loved that band. But that was kind of like the entrance into the music world. Because then I started listening to other bands, and then later in my teens I started getting into punk rock, and so I had like spiky hair, mohawks, fucking spiky jackets, and
right there with you.
Yeah, kind of like what you're.
Oh yeah, dude. I used to have like gauntlets and spikes up my arms and stuff all the time.
Skating, you know, skating as a teen.
I attempted.
And but it's like later on.
At least you try, bro. At least you try.
I tried.
Props for that.
Later on, when you meet other musicians that are passionate about that, you're just like, oh, dude, it boosts you up. You know, like when you have people that are just as excited, if not even more, they teach you things that you didn't even know.
Fuck yeah.
And it's just like a snowball, man. It's like it just gets bigger and bigger. The passion for it just gets bigger.
Yeah.
And then you're just learning things along the way, meeting cool people. And so just overall music isn't just about the music, it's about the experience, it's
really
about
is.
the process, about seeing what you used to sound like, you know, you were saying what you used to sound like and where you're at now and what you sound like now, and how it's reaching ears across the world, you know, and people like, you know, I got lucky enough to be signed by Cold Transmission Music out from Germany. It's like, dude, I've never met them in person, but I've talked to them, you know, online. So shout out to Susie and Andreas out of Cold Transmission Music and all the awesome artists that are in there. I was already a fan of a lot of the artists that are in that label. And so when I had first come out with Sweet Quarantine and Scarecrow and all that, I was already like wanting to join them. But then after a while they're like, well, you know, let's hear some more stuff. And eventually, you know, they did reach out and they were just like, hey, like how would you like to be a part of our label? And I was just like, fuck yeah, dude. Like fuck yeah, I want to be a part of the label.
That's so badass.
So yeah, it's been going pretty well. 2021, like I said, it was a rough year. So sorry about that, guys. But
a lot of us felt that way, man.
But this year I can already tell it's already been very successful with Datura and now Shanx FM. We're about to drop another music video that Eddie just did, and I'm ready to just jump back into it. So
that's good, man.
I'm feeling good.
I like that motivation, you know.
Yeah.
I like that you're staying on that, you know, that tunnel vision. You know, you're focused. Yeah. And they say that the funnest part of this whole music stuff, bro, is the journey. Yeah, you know, and you pretty much just explained that right there, you know. So it doesn't matter where you're trying to get with this music stuff. If you don't enjoy the journey, do you really want it?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Do you really want it?
Yeah.
If you don't enjoy the ups and downs of it, like, that's just like coming from, you know, my perspective. I see it as like, you're going to win sometimes, dude. You're going to win. It's going to feel like you're on top of the fucking world. But that's why I always try to humble myself, because when you feel like that, your ego can start getting in the way. You know, you can start feeling like, oh man, I'm at a certain level, you know, I got a certain image, I got a certain look, and that's not healthy. You know, it's good to just
let your ego.
Never let your ego. Don't let your ego get to you, because, you know, dude, like, I don't know if you guys listen to like Gary Vee. Like Gary Vee is like a motivational, you know, he's got his own media company going, but he always says that, like, he knows millionaires, billionaires that are, you know, their net worth's like 10 million, 10 billion, whatever, and there's a lot that aren't even happy, dude. They have a ton of money, but they're not even fucking happy, you know, because it's a grind, it's a hustle. So you have to keep going, you know. It's like your job. When you want to, you know, reach higher levels in life, it's like you have to make that your second job, you know. And not everybody's gonna put in the time for that. But when you're in that field of like, oh, I want to like get somewhere, you have to understand that the journey is gonna be part of it. The ups and downs, part of it. You know, you have to like just fucking understand that. And you pretty much mentioned it right now. You said, you know, the whole process is the fun part.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So don't ever take it like, if I'm not at a certain level yet, don't look at it like you're failing. Don't look at it like you're behind. Don't look at it like, don't compare yourself to anyone else is basically what I'm trying to say, you know? The best thing you could do is compare yourself, like you said earlier, to the person you were last year. Compare yourself to the work ethic or, you know, the things you were putting out last year to right now, and that you're just going to get that, like, you're going to fucking feel good about yourself because you're not in the same spot. You've improved a lot. You know, and I've seen that with you, dude, with your vocals.
Thank you.
Like, our first song, when you barely recorded your vocals for the first time, it was garbage.
It was garbage.
It was garbage, dude.
It was straight up garbage. There was so much auto-tune and everything just to fix me. Oh my god. That's why I told you straight up, I'm like, dude, I don't do vocals.
Nah,
you
but
need
now,
to be the vocalist. And you were adamant. You're like, dude, no, I am not vocaling this band by myself. I cannot vocal this band by myself. I'm like, dude, I cannot sing. And there was so much debate on that. But, dude, you've done amazing. I give you...
You've improved so much, man. Just getting in there and just, like, getting that confidence, you know? Because at first, you're going to suck at everything. I don't care what it is, you know? There's some people that they just fucking, they're fucking blessed and they're fucking amazing from, like, little kids, you know? I don't know how they do it.
Absolutely. I want to reference something really quick because I'm really curious about David on this real quick. And this is going to base off of... So, when you played... You said you took lessons and stuff with guitar, right?
Yeah.
Are you left or right-handed?
I'm right.
Okay. Did you... So this is when you were talking about playing with other musicians, things like that, and getting in and learning and getting things taught to you and stuff from other musicians and feeding off that and getting better and stuff. I'm sure you had multiple different friends, people, teachers and stuff. Did you ever at any point have a left-handed friend?
Oh,
I only say this
yes, my brother.
How much more beneficial did you feel that was to you? I only asked this because I had a buddy of mine that was left-handed, and out of everyone that has ever taught me, it had nothing to do with how he taught me, but watching him was so much easier.
Oh, I see why you're
yeah. It's like a mirror.
Exactly. Because I'd fight so much, and I swear, I don't know what it was, and I think it was just because I'd be trying to watch my friends, and they'd be playing right, and I'd get so lost because I'm looking at this, and I'm like, dude, what the heck?
I can see that.
I'd get so lost. Yeah. But he'd do it, and I'd figure it out within seconds.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I already knew how to play the guitar, so he was my stepbrother, right? Okay. But he's my brother, you know. So, but you know, when I had met him and he bought a guitar and blah blah blah. He went and got one that was a right-handed guitar, but he just switched the strings around to make it left-handed for him.
I had to do that for myself.
Yeah,
you can do that.
So I mean, it was an acoustic guitar, so the pick guard was up here instead of down here. You know.
Yeah, it definitely throws it off. It definitely throws it off.
Yeah, but so when I was teaching him, he was a smart kid, super smart, and I'm sure that if you were alive today, that motherfucker would have been like a millionaire. I fucking promise you.
He's super intelligent.
He was like, 16 or something when he had already like 10 grand saved. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow, man.
Yeah, huh?
So you taught him?
Yeah, I taught him like just basic stuff. I'm not a very good teacher, so don't ask me to teach you anything.
I feel you there.
Oh, not you. I'm just saying you guys. Don't ask me.
I'm right in the same boat. I totally feel you.
Or
like there's points where like I could throw like simple.
Yeah.
Oh, do this, maybe do that, techniques and stuff. But yeah.
But like reading music, I don't know squat.
Oh, heck no.
You're not like music theory.
No.
Not,
I would probably pull my hair out, man.
Right.
That's crazy because like when you hear your shit, it sounds like you just know what the fuck. Like it's just but it's by sound kind of like
it is.
Yeah, by ear. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And note to everybody: you do not, by any means, have to know music theory to be a musician. You do not have to. None of us do.
But it probably helps.
It does help. I will say that. It definitely helps.
Probably speeds up the process.
You do not have to know it.
Yeah, but then there are obviously the music Nazis that are just like, oh, you should learn how to read music or you're not a real musician.
Yeah.
You need to know this. It's like, no, you don't.
that's like some cult shit again. You know, like that's like some religious shit.
Is.
Like if you're not part of this cult where you know you're fucking C
I had
major and all this.
One of my
like,
bassists when I was with Tiffany in our old punk band that never went anywhere. Same thing with how yours. We didn't get very far.
Yeah.
But we had a bassist that was that way. Like she was an amazing bassist. Oh my gosh, she was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But she knew music theory. She knew everything. And oh my gosh, I didn't know anything about music at that time. I barely even knew my timing.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, she would lecture me all the time. Where's your claps? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what's this? And where's your half times? And I'm like, and both me and Tiffany are like, what are you talking about?
It's like, just relax, just jam,
Well,
you know? Just,
right.
Yeah, have fun. But speaking of jamming, I don't like to jam. Honestly,
Really?
I don't even practice.
what?
I don't
Wow.
practice.
Wait, so you guys didn't you guys have like your weekly practice sessions?
Well, the band,
For the
Datura practices,
Do you practice with them?
but yeah, I practice with them. Yeah. Oh,
Not trying to be disrespectful.
I'm just the asshole that shows up. You know?
I know.
I knew it.
Like, I knew it. I know. No, but what I like to do, like, if I get an idea, I just grab the phone. I go do 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 do
Oh,
do
yeah,
do
voice
do
memos,
or whatever,
yeah.
you know. And
Now
then I
you're
just
mainly vocalist for that band, right?
I am.
Okay,
yeah.
that's okay.
He is the
And that
vocalist,
makes
yeah.
a lot more sense too. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say the vocalist doesn't do anything, but
No,
I
he
mean,
plays guitar too.
Yeah, I play
like,
guitar as well.
Yeah.
So,
Shit.
but I mean,
That's
your
tough.
main title in the band is vocalist.
And lead guitarist, right?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
the only guitarist.
Oh, you're the only- yeah.
There's only three of us.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
there's the
Okay,
bass,
I
guitar,
didn't
and the
realize
drums.
that.
Yeah.
I thought there was a separate guitarist. Okay.
Mainly skin flute player, but no, I'm
I
just
love
kidding.
that.
I'm mainly the skin flute player, but I dabble in guitar and vocals every now and then. So just
That's
when
my
we-
main
yeah,
one, though. I profession in that
When
one.
we perform, you know,
You should see me get down on that. I really get down on that.
the best in the West. They said, I don't know.
That's what they said.
I'll leave that up to you guys. you can vote down on the comment. No.
Hey, so what's your favorite thing about performing, dude? Like, what's the thing that pumps you up about it the most? Is it getting ready for it? Is it during or is it afterwards? What is the best feeling you get from it?
Honestly, getting ready for it is probably my favorite part because then I start, you know, chilling, drinking some beers, and I
Yeah.
start doing my face.
That's kind of when like the feeling kind of starts, right?
Yeah, because it's like you're like psyching yourself
Getting
up for
pumped.
it.
I like that, yeah.
And believe it or not, I still get nervous. I've been doing this for years, dude,
Wow.
now. So it's like,
Doesn't look
but
like
I
it.
still like,
doesn't look like you get
Easy to
nervous.
nervous.
no, but that's like, it's like that adrenaline, you know,
Yeah.
that of.
I think it's
all right.
good. Those good nerves, you know, like
Yeah.
because you know it's just like
Well,
you're
it is.
just ready. Like
It's an excited
yeah,
nervousness.
it's not exactly always
Yeah.
a bad thing.
Like, I can't say what I did was anything compared to live, but I used to go down to Wally's and do just open mic nights.
Yeah.
But I'd go down there, I'd get on my guitar, just rock out and stuff, do my thing.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. But yeah, that I always had to have a pair of shades on, so that was like my
Your
cover.
comfort. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like, because I could sit there and focus on this, and with the shadow of everything, I could pay attention to what I'm doing on my guitar and stuff, and it just kind of gave that little slight darkness of deterrent of everybody in front of me.
Right.
So it made it kind of put into my mind, okay, I don't 100% notice everybody there. So it calmed my nerves down, and I just make sure that, and I'd usually have a beer up there while I was playing and stuff. My bartender was very good to me, and we were very good to him. There was
Needs a
one-
refill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all the time. He was ready on it and made sure I was always good on my beer and stuff.
That's funny.
But yeah, that was one of my, like you were saying, I think that's because I was getting ready for it, and I knew
Yeah.
that it was going down soon and stuff. But it's that good adrenaline rush.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just that, oh, I'm set, I'm prepped, I'm ready. But you're just like, oh my, you still have that in the back of your mind. What if I fuck up? Those what ifs.
Yeah.
You're like so
Like-
stoked and excited, but there's always those what ifs. Those little tiny, what if I do this? Oh, what if I do that? Oh gosh, what if I do this? And then you just have to like slap each other. No, you're good. You're fine.
Yeah, dude, you're good. You gotta put the
You
8
got
Mile.
this.
You gotta put the 8 Mile song on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or is it like feeling nervous, palms are sweaty?
Yeah, palms
vomit
sweaty.
on my sweater, mom
spaghetti.
spaghetti. You're like, oh shit. No,
Straight up.
but
That's a
no, I mean
perfect
like once I get up there, it's like okay, we're already up here. They're not. I mean, they might
gotta
egg
go.
you, they might throw a bottle at you, but it's like
You
what
just
I
gotta go with the flow.
what I do try to do now is like make eye contact with everybody that is that not every single person, but it's
Right.
like try to make contact and like feel like when you're feeling the music. I know
Involve the
that I know
crowd.
that they're feeling the
Yeah,
music. Like you can see
100%,
it,
man.
you can see it in people.
That's good.
Or like
a
for
good
instance,
way to
like
do it.
this last show was at Mission Ridge. And so it was
Nice.
all ages. So we had like little kids, we had older people, we
Nice.
had kids that were in high school around that age, and a lot of them were sitting over in the corner, just kind of like I don't know if they were nervous or what the deal was,
yeah.
but I was like, hey, how's everybody on this side doing? And then they're like cheering and stuff. And I was just like,
Nice. There
I was
you
like,
go.
hey, I was like, don't be shy. I was like, you guys are welcome to come over here, dance, get in the
Yeah.
front. You guys can sit here on the ground, or whatever. And a bunch of them started pulling up their chairs, and a few of them actually got up in there and started like
Nice, man.
headbanging.
Dude.
And there was like older
that.
older dudes that were dancing around, older ladies, little kids, high school kids. And I was just like, this is what I like to see because like
man, I like that.
you see
That's cool.
the youngest of the generations to like the older crowd, but obviously Datura is kind of like a 80s goth vibe, that kind of deal, but it's like, dude, that these older people were listening to that shit
Yeah.
in their days too,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, totally.
and they still like it, but a lot of the new generations, maybe it's like maybe a newer sound to them, I'm not sure, but they're getting into it as well, and so like I'm very happy that we're able to perform to all types of people, all types of group,
Yup.
different generations or different age groups.
Well, and the
but-
fact that you can nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's so many people out there, especially like some of those older generation people. They're so set in their ways. No, I want to listen to this. Oh, I got to do easy
Yeah.
listening. Oh, I got to do the classic rock. Oh, I got to do my gospel. It's like,
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
they're all the same with just maybe a different beat or a different vibe, but it's still the
Yeah.
same. It's all music.
Yeah. Well,
But that's cool though.
Yeah,
That you can sit
that's
there
fun.
and be able to.
just get them riled
Yeah,
up,
get 'em
man.
all
Yeah, dude.
going.
Because like you
Like-
said, man, like you like set the energy. If
Right.
you want to be hyped up, they're gonna feel that shit too.
Right,
It's
right.
gonna transfer over to them, dude. It's crazy. It's like a wave. Because I remember when I performed that one time when you showed up
Yep.
at the bar
Mhm.
at that one.
It used to be 10 below,
used to
right?
be 10 Below, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that performance was like,
Dude, that was awesome.
it was sick, dude. Like
Yeah.
I just felt everybody's like, vibe, and I know that the way we hyped it up, it set off the show. Like
Yeah.
that's what started the show.
Yeah.
And at the end of the show, it wasn't really like that. It was more like, kind of like,
Like at the
Uh-huh.
beginning.
yeah. At the beginning, we really like set the bar, for like a performance.
Yeah.
I feel, and I feel like a lot of people agree too.
Yeah.
But it's really like it's like if you're up there and you're nervous and you let your nerves get the best of you, dude. Like you think the crowd's gonna fucking
Yeah, yeah.
when you're fucking like nervous, like nah, it's not gonna
Yeah,
work
Yeah.
like that,
They'll,
So you
they'll
definitely
see
gotta
right
set.
through you.
Yeah,
They will see right through
it'll be
you.
like this.
I mean, if
yeah,
you're
it's
up there
awkward.
like,
This guy's fucking up.
Or you're just like looking down and just like
Yeah.
kicking
Don't-
a
Yeah.
little rock
Yeah.
or something.
They-
That's kind of like
they
doing
will totally
this. Or,
see.
it's like, nah, man. Put your emotion into it and they're going to feel it,
It's
for
kind
sure.
of like in your own little world, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Or feeling that energy with the crowd and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
right.
just like here's a mic, or
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
I used to like when I would do I was in a punk band, Rich and Rare Rebels. Shout out to Rich and Rare Rebels. But when I wouldn't be playing the guitar or something, I would just like grab a beer and I would just like go up to the crowd and I would be like, like open your mouths, and I would be pouring beer,
I need to do
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's just like that hypes people up,
Yeah,
because
hell
like
yeah,
I'm
dude.
one of you, you're one of me, we're just all
Yeah,
here
that's
having fun together,
Fuck yeah, dude.
so
I like that.
and that's what I liked about punk shows in general. It's
Oh, heck
just
yeah.
a lot
I
of
love
cheering
going to
and
the punk shows. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Back in the day when the Grange was still open
Yep.
out off of Easy Street, oh my gosh, I went to so many shows there.
Yeah, dude.
Got in so much trouble for that. But that place was awesome.
Have you ever fucked up in a performance?
A lot.
Yeah?
A lot. I mean,
So like, what do you do when you fuck up?
broken
You just keep going?
strings, or I
Oh,
bleed
fuck.
on the guitar, or
Damn, dude.
I've broken my guitar on stage, like on purpose, because
Oh,
I was
yeah?
pissed off because I had paid, or Avalon, I had taken my stuff to Avalon twice
Mm-hmm.
to get it fixed. I don't know what the hell's wrong. It was like cutting out, and I had recently gotten it fixed the day before, and then we had a performance up in Leavenworth at Der Hinterhof, and then like toward the end, it was like the second to last song anyway.
Yeah.
It just started crapping out on me again. I was just like, all right, fuck this, fucking grab it, and I just started busting it on the stage, and everybody's like, what the fuck is he doing, you know? But then I just started grabbing pieces and then throwing them out in the crowd, and they're just like grabbing them, and I was just like, all right, that's cool, you know. And so then they had the bandmates, you know, sign the little pieces of guitar.
Oh, nice.
And I was
There
just
you
like,
go.
all right, cool. So
That's
it's like
pretty cool.
everybody gets a piece of
That night.
what was part of that history of making music for them.
You think
so.
anybody still has that piece, like a piece of the guitar?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm probably not.
That'd be
Yeah,
sick,
probably
dude.
threw it in
That's
the fire.
I
I think
know,
they
I would
did. They
keep
did.
it.
They
Oh,
threw
they
pieces of because they had fire pit outside.
Oh shit.
So we did a few pieces in the fire.
Yeah,
as well. And it's
okay.
like whatever, you know. It's material. You know, it was mainly
Yeah.
for performance
happens.
anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you guys still have that performance in Portland?
we do. That's coming up March 25th.
That's
So
like this Friday, isn't it?
That's this Friday.
Yeah.
It is.
Nice.
Yeah.
This Friday.
Well, yeah, we're gonna be performing at a festival called Out from the Shadows Festival. And so shout out to Dave Cantrell as well. Thank you for putting that together
Nice.
and
Cool.
having us back. Love doing shows out there, man. It's
Yeah. You been out there before?
Yeah, we've
You've
been
done
up
shows?
there just twice,
Okay.
but both times, man. Both
How's
times.
the scene? Like, does it get pretty?
Dude, it's awesome,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, it's really cool. People are awesome. They're friendly. I don't think we've ever had any issues just yet, you know.
That's good.
Basically all of the shows that we've done have been successful, and I think going down to Portland this weekend is gonna be fun. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
We do have a couple shows out in Seattle as well, already booked for this
Nice.
year.
Nice.
We're gonna be playing alongside a couple bands that have a bigger following, so hopefully we're able to show everybody what we got.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Very cool.
Just rub shoulders, you know, with all those artists, all those,
Yeah.
you know, like you said,
Just
with bigger
gingerly touch our
following.
tips. With all
I
those
guess you could
artists.
try that too.
Yeah, you do. Hey, it's legal now, dude.
That's right.
Ya se llegan? Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. So your music, man, it's like you do English and Spanish in your songs, and even with Taturo, right? Do you
Yeah.
do Spanish with them too?
We do.
So that's
Yeah.
dude, that's
cool.
awesome, man. Like
Yeah.
it's a crazy it's crazy that you do that because there's a big scene like in Mexico, right?
A
That
huge scene in
Yeah.
Mexico City, Oaxaca City, and I don't know about the whole state, but in Oaxaca City they do have a big.
that's so sick, man.
So, really quick,
Yes, sir.
So you do both English and Spanish in that. Did you grow up learning to play Spanish music or Spanish guitar?
I did. So my guitar teacher, he really liked flamenco, and I love flamenco. I'm not very good at playing flamenco
I can't
because
play it for the life of me.
yeah, because after he had passed, you know, I was just like, well, I like rock, so that's what I'm gonna play,
Wow.
and I didn't ever have a teacher after that. Like I just
But so you initially started that way.
Right.
So you have that at least an tiny idea or something.
Well, yeah, it was like he would teach me
That's cool.
flamenco stuff, but also it was we also liked a lot of like surfy like stuff like the Ventures.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
okay. Yeah.
I love shit like that, dude.
Nice.
I love shit like that.
awesome guitar set, and I
Heck
think
yeah.
that
Dude,
has
those are
still
great
been
fucking
carried
great
over
styles.
to the sound that I have now.
Honestly, I
It's
think so. The
very
melodic,
surfy.
yeah, you have that
that's
melodicness
cool. Yeah.
in there. Yup.
Heck yeah.
So
I can see
I
that.
love that, man. I love that sound, and my dad would also be like, "Oh, play this song for me," or "Play this song," or he'd be like in front, you know, with his friends or whatever, and he'd be like, "Oh, bring the guitar out," and then plug in and
Sick.
I would just have the guitar with me at all times. But yeah, so
That's cool.
So I think that's also where it probably started, was my dad being like, "Hey, play for these guys, or show them this
That's
one."
cool though.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely seems like it kept you on that path of
Yeah.
staying on and stuff.
Oh yeah, it definitely shows, man. Especially like how you're like making your music now. It just the quality, I'm pretty sure, has just
I wish
gone
I had
way
taken
up. You know,
lessons.
from
It
when you
has.
started.
Yeah, dude.
Because it's all by ear,
it's
right? So you
confident,
never,
too.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You never had like a teacher for, let's say, for like an amount of time where you learn music theory, right? You never went through that.
Mm-mm.
So it was all by ear,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So just
That's
to
how I
hear,
Yeah.
That's all
Just
my
dude.
playing is all
Yeah.
based by ear.
just to know that it's all by ear, and like hearing your sound today, it's like, wow, dude. Like
Yeah.
you would never think that. You would think that, oh, this guy studied music, you know, he's been doing it forever, and you have been doing it forever, but it's all been by ear.
Yeah.
You know, which it just blows my mind, because when I met Garrett, one of the things that he taught me, dude, was a root note. I didn't know what the fuck a root note was, you know? But ever since, like, we started jamming together, it helped me out a ton with, like, melodies, chords, and stuff like that. Just knowing that a root note is, like, the base of the track, you know? You know?
Or it's
it
so
helped me
funny
out a
to
lot.
see his reaction. Like, he'll sit there and he'll be, like, creating a beat and stuff and kicking up his keyboard and factor. And even when I'm like, so what's your root note? And he's like,
I was like, wait.
what are you talking about?
What?
I'm like, what key are you playing? And he's like, what?
All of them?
What? No, yeah. He's like, I'm playing all the keys. It's a keyboard. I'm like, no, what note are you playing? Like, are you playing an A, a G, or... Because I have a little cheat sheet that I utilize that
like that
tells
little
me...
thing.
It
Yeah.
comes in so handy. Tells me all the notes throughout the
It's like his
fretboard
guitar,
from 12
you know?
or from open to 13.
Huh.
So it's very handy.
Yeah.
And so I'd sit there and I'd reference that. And so he's sitting here, he's playing these things, and I'm pretty positive I knew what he would be playing, but I just want to make sure. I'm like, so what's your root note? And he's like, I have no idea. And then he'd do a little search. He's like, oh, I'm playing an A. I'm like, okay, that's what I thought. And I'm already playing on key
Yeah.
right with him, and he's like, how'd you figure that out?
Yeah.
It's all by ear.
Like, I'm just listening to what you're playing. And he's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I was telling you earlier, man. It's a different energy when I create music with you than when I get with the guys and like we just rap on beats, you know, hip hop stuff. It's a whole different fucking like energy, because like we're creating something from scratch, you know. So from the beginning, you know, I'll literally start with a drum beat, something like that. You start playing the guitar, you know, and then I get a melody in my head. I'm like, oh shit, that sounds dope. So I start playing a melody, or maybe I'll start with a melody. You know, but we always do it from scratch, so it's like it's from nothing. You know, it's just like we grab it from fucking nothing. You know, and it's
Very original.
Yeah,
that's
and-
what we structure everything about.
100%. Dude.
I'm not against ever, and that's one thing I told Eddie right when we started this thing. I'm like, okay, I'm not a big cover fan. I'm not against doing covers,
neither.
but I don't want. I prefer
neither.
not to do covers.
Yeah.
I'm original.
They can
it's
help
about
to
original.
get your name out there and shit. So I would recommend it.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, I put a cover
If
out
you
like
know
for a Young
covers and
Thug
you
song.
can do covers well. Do them.
Got like
by all
2,000
means.
views on it without even promoting it, nothing. I
Yeah.
just dropped it. Like 2,000 views, you know? So it's like,
Yeah.
they do help you.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you can also add your own style to it.
Absolutely.
You know? So that's where people
That's
can
where it
like...
really bugged me though too, because like, and it wasn't.
I feel what
It
you're
was
saying.
more of a factor of like, so you get together with someone to jam and things like that, and they're like, oh, okay, let's play LeBron and Teen Spirit. Okay, cool. Down, down, and you're playing, and all of a sudden, like, you throw your own little vibe,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Oh, it's not like that. It doesn't go like that.
that's not how that's played. What are you doing? And
Like,
you're like,
everybody stop!
Right?
Stop!
And
Stop!
then
Stop!
Dude.
like, I have
You!
Yes!
Can I talk to you for a minute? Nah, just
Exactly.
like fucking go waving their
I
finger
had
around.
this jam session, and they're like, dude, that's not how it's played. I'm like, I thought we were just jamming. Dude, if you're gonna play it right. I'm like, well, we're
It's always
just
Garrett too.
jamming.
Always
It just-
fucking up.
I'm like, it was. I mean, everybody else was on spot, and I'm just like, I thought we were, yeah.
Your own shit
I like
too.
trying
You're
to
rolling around the
fiddle
ground
things, and they're like, dude, knock it off.
Doing a
Just
solo.
play the song. I'm like, fine. And I mean, it sucked because it was so like devastating, because you're just like, I thought we were jamming,
It's
and
not
now you
free.
guys just hate me. God. That's it. I'm done.
No, yeah, I can see why you don't like doing covers, because like you're really about your original shit.
Yeah.
And especially when you play by ear and you're just going off of like just whatever you're feeling, I feel like you just have so much more control, dude. You can set the vibe from the beginning. I feel like when we're rapping, you know, with my friends and stuff, rapping on beats that are already made and stuff, like that's already created, you know, that's already halfway done. You know, the artist already kind of fucking laid out the song's already done. You're just adding vocals on it. Like that's what big rappers do. They just hop on beats, whatever.
They make a backing track and rap over it.
Right, but it's just different.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right, it's just different when you create it off from scratch, and that's how we always do it. And you know, and I just feel like it's just a whole different feeling, you know, just producing, you know, creating from scratch.
That's one thing we have to do, and that's a huge difference between Edmo Gala versus The Church. You guys are based off of more live factors.
Yeah, they're freaking
where. Like, as two people trying to do all these live things that we do with our music.
Yeah.
So we have keyboards, we have drums, we have guitar, we have probably a second guitar in there. And we have dual vocals going and all this. And that's where it makes it so hard for just two people to do this. So we want to get to that live factor and be able to do live things. But I know when we do it, we're gonna kind of have to structure it in a sense to
it's
where
gonna be a little different. Because I feel like if we were to perform, I feel like I would do vocals. I don't know if I can do keyboard and vocals, dude. Like honestly, I don't know if that's. I'm not at that level.
I figure maybe you could do like.
I'm not David.
I figured that.
No, but you do guitar and you sing, dude. So that's like fucking. That blows my fucking mind.
I can't do that.
That blows my mind.
It took forever though.
Oh,
you know, it just. Still, till this day,
when you started though, like were you doing vocals and playing guitar too, or did you focus on just guitar? Did you focus on vocals later, or was it a mixture of both?
I'm curious. I could never do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I would practice more when I was younger, I would just jam out and
kind of sing a little bit,
sing with it or whatever, and then that's how it would make.
Did it kind of start with like not necessarily like words, but with like tones, kind of like humming to it, like no, like kind of making like.
I could see, yeah.
Yeah, basically, I still do that. If for a miracle or something, I am just playing. So I've actually posted a few songs where I'm. Yeah, dude.
Go ahead.
It's hitting me.
Go ahead.
My eyes.
I might have to go after you.
All right, for sure. Now we can take a break. What's going on, everybody? Humble and Fearless Podcast. Let's go. Damn, this will take forever to take a piss. Oh, dude. Take a shit.
It's like, no, I'm over here fucking drinking a 40.
About to blow up. Do you ever fucking, dude, you're a driver, bro. Do you ever have to fucking piss when you're driving?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, dude, I'm constantly stopped. I have like plenty of stops.
Yeah, so you always
the day,
have a bathroom?
Yeah, there's always a bathroom.
Are you gonna use it?
Do you need to go first? You can go first, man.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm about to blow up, dude.
Alright.
I'm about to cross my legs and left.
Alright.
Dude, it's been good times. I've been enjoying this, getting to know you and talk with you and stuff. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Same, dude. Same. I don't think I've. Well, that's not true. I think this is only like the second podcast that I've ever done. You know.
I've done a couple with him. It's still newish to me.
Yeah.
But it's nice to meet fellow guitarists and stuff. Like I've had a few different guitarists out there that I've learned stuff from. But my left-handed friend taught me probably the most out of anything.
Yeah.
He taught me, like, one of the big things that really escalated a lot of my playing was the blues pentatonic scale.
Okay.
He taught me how to do that. And it was so funny because one day we were sitting there just jamming and he just does this thing and I was like, dude, that was so cool. How did you do that? He's like, oh, dude, that's just a blues pen. You just go like this.
Whoa! Right, your turn. Alright, so I think we'll take this time right now to talk about our new single coming out. Motivation.
New song, Motivation.
New song by Edmo Gala.
It'll also be accompanied with a new music video.
Yeah.
People watch out for it.
Stay on the lookout.
Excited about it.
Edmo Gala. If you guys haven't checked out our band right here, G-Bic and I, it's Edmo Gala right here. I'll put the name. I'll put the channel so you guys could go subscribe.
EDMOGALA.
EDMOGALA. I feel like, dude, it sounds like a genre.
It does.
Edmo Gala sounds like a
Edmo
fucking
Gala.
genre, dude. Like
It could
EDM
be a name,
is.
it could be a genre, it could be anything.
And dude, that's the thing. We're talking about how we're original, so we created from from scratch, So I feel like it really did fit us. And if you guys didn't know, EDMOGALA, Edmo Gala is actually our initials. So my first name starts with an E, and then actually no, the first two letters of my first name.
Two letters of the first and last name
Is ED, and then my last name MO, and then you are GA for your first, and then LA for the last two. So I would do it. I think you came up with that. G-Big came up with the name on that one.
What if we just did some? I wanted it. This has always been about us two, and I just wanted to have something that the name of our band could incorporate us somehow, whether it be with what we did or how we did it, things like that. I have to give props to my dad because he did encourage me to put it into something that represented us both, because that was one thing that I was just trying to come up with names when anything I could think of that would sound neat, would give a good name for it. And then my dad just put out the fact there that we both worked together, and that just made me think, we both work together. This is both something we're both passionate about. We are both complete total opposites, but we both have this huge passion for music. And we both just have this huge vibe for it. And we both had a real big vibe for the EDM and electronic style and everything.
Yeah.
That was where we both kind of met in the middle with the music factor, because he was very rap and hip-hop oriented and very like, no, screw that rock metal crap, I don't want to hear that.
At first it was weird.
Yeah, and I was the same way. I was like, dude,
because all I would want to do is make hip hop beats.
Yeah,
like just
and
like,
I was like, dude, I could care less
bass,
about your freaking hip hop rap crap.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that.
I like it both, man. I like it both. Shit, I mean, I used to do rap.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I used to. We used to do shows here. We used to tour Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He's been in the music scene for a minute, dude.
We've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. But that's a different monster, man. So it's like, when you're performing, we used to actually practice in a garage.
Oh, okay.
And we do like synchronized movements and shit.
Oh, okay.
While rapping, and it's like, dude, I'm fucking nerd out. Like, that shit takes practice,
Oh, yeah.
And for it to be tight, and we'd be like, hey, we're here to perform. Because I know, like, some rappers are like sitting there just like drinking something and just like rapping.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to. Me, I don't want to see that. I want to see a performance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, I don't know, do whatever the fuck you guys want to do, but that's kind of boring to me to watch. It's like,
dude.
I want to see hype, I want to see.
Right?
I want to see a
rocking out.
performer. Yeah, that's what I want. Like,
Yeah.
there's concerts that people get hyped up about, and like you said, the rappers just like kind of like.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, I don't want to pay to go see that. That's just me.
What are you,
Exactly.
too cool to dance, man?
Yeah,
like, dude, having
right.
a good
Feel it
time.
out, dude.
Now, I will say, going to like a rock show and stuff, if I don't see that band sitting there rocking out, I'm not going to be disappointed by it, because I give them props. It's not easy to sit here and bounce around and hop all over the place and play guitar.
It's a fucking workout.
Be good.
It's a workout, dude.
Yeah.
If you're all hyped like that, like,
Yeah.
fuck.
And
man.
I mean,
Lose your
being able to
breath.
try and stay on beat and keep your rhythm going, like
It's
playing
tough,
guitar,
man.
it's tough.
Especially what Shanx
Yeah.
does, because he's
Oh,
singing and playing, dude. So
I give you mass props on
Fuck
that. There's
yeah,
no way I
dude.
could sing and play.
Yeah.
Like when I got super lucky, and for about 4 or 5 years I got to work at the arena, our big town Toyota Center.
Yeah.
So I got to see many shows.
Oh, yeah.
And I was super bummed because my dad wanted to take me to this show. It was a all-female band, AC/DC cover band. It was really cool.
Okay.
And my boss, I go to my boss, I'm like, hey boss, my dad has tickets for this, he really wants me to go to this show. Can I have that night off? He's like, I'm really sorry, I cannot give you that night off. You're the only person I have working. I'm like, damn. Are you freaking kidding me? Seriously.
Dang, dude.
So I was bummed, but my boss was so cool, so awesome about it. And once he made sure that during the whole time of the opening act and stuff, I was out on the floor doing my cleaning and stuff like that. But as soon as that show started, he's like, Garrett, I got a massive spill center stage. I need you here now. I'm like, oh crap.
You're like, fuck.
So I mob up there. I have my mop bucket. I'm my mop ready. I'm standing up here. I'm looking all over the place. There's a bunch of people around. I'm like, man, this is gonna be so bad. I gotta shoot people out of the way.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, all right, boss. Where's this spill? And he just motions, and he motions on the stage. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They spilled it on the stage, God! These stupid performers. And he's like, no, just chill and watch. I'm like, yeah, I got the point that it's on the stage. He's like, no, I'm trying to get you to watch the show.
Nice.
He let me watch the show.
Hell yeah.
But he made it clear. He's like, I swear though, if you see a spill, you better be on that shit. Flies on shit. And I was, but I mean, it was so awesome. And so now, I know that's off the point, but my moral of the story was the chick in this, she played as Angus Young, the guy that bounces all over the place in the schoolboy outfit.
Mm-hmm.
She's in this schoolgirl getup, blonde hair, pigtails, and she was all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I was so impressed with this chick. She did not miss a beat. She did not miss a note. Like, they had, those songs were on point. But she is just bouncing all over the place, everywhere on that stage. Mm-hmm. Like, she did not miss one point of that entire stage. The whole show.
Yeah.
All over that place.
Damn.
Takes practice.
And there's so many points where I was like, dude, you should have missed so many. You should have had.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for the mess up.
I'm just like, right?
Doesn't happen.
I'm just like, where's
Doesn't
it?
ever happen.
There's it. She didn't mess up. Oh my gosh. And I mean, it blew me away. And that's where I give, like, props for you being able to play and sing. That's
I
gotta be
fuck
like,
up
Oh,
all
I'm
the
sure.
time.
Yeah.
All the time. But
you
I
just
mean,
keep fucking
But
going,
you just
right?
gotta push through it and
it's
go.
like
Show
whatever.
must go on.
You just
Exactly.
you just accept it and you just keep going.
Right, yeah.
Like, I used to get bummed when I'd be like, oh shit, oh I fucked
Right.
up. Or,
Yeah.
But it's like, dude,
It's like, whatever.
nobody really cares. Nobody cares. So it's like, why the fuck do you?
Mhm.
You know, like,
Right.
I mean, it's not that I'm gonna
You're
be
just
trying to
excited
like
about
fuck
the
it up
thing.
all the time either. But it's
Yeah.
like,
Right.
you know,
The feeling you get when you feel like, oh, I fucked up. No one feels that. No one feels like, oh, fuck, you fucked up. No one feels that.
They
Yeah.
only feel it if you feel it.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
if they see that you're like, oh shit, restart the song,
damn.
guys,
Right.
you know, or whatever, you know.
Exactly.
But,
And if you play it off like nothing happens,
Yeah.
they just might
Yeah, and they're like, whatever. The show goes
just keep
on.
going. Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
practice, dude, when it comes to performing, because I forget my lyrics, bro.
Yeah.
I don't practice
Me
enough,
too.
you know? Like, I have to,
That's
like,
where if we
sit
get
there and
live stuff
practice.
done, we're gonna have to be practicing a lot.
We have to. Because I forget, dude. A lot of my shit's fast, too, so I have to, like, be on top of it. You know, I gotta have it memorized. If I don't, it's not gonna be good, dude. I'm gonna be catching a few words here and there, and then finally get it, and then lose it again, you know?
Or dude, I have to memorize my
happens,
stuff
bro.
just to be able to put a recording down.
Yeah, dude.
I go in there
yeah.
and I even am reading it and I'll still mess up my
Yeah,
lyrics.
Yeah. Yep.
It's tough. What's your favorite part, though, of, like, the whole music process? Recording guitar, recording vocals, everything? Like, what's...
Recording vocals.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's my
Okay.
favorite part. The
Okay.
guitar, you know, it's fun. Oh.
Oh, well... I guess the podcast is over.
So if you had to pick one,
One.
guitar or vocals,
Oh,
to only be able to
yeah.
do for the rest of your life.
Probably guitar, dude.
Nice.
Yeah. I got scared though, because the second time I got COVID, my voice wasn't. It took like 3 weeks for my voice to come back.
Oh wow.
And yeah, after like the second week and it didn't, and I was just like, fuck, dude. Like, what if I like lose it completely? Like, what am I gonna do? You know?
Oh, God, dude.
But it's like, well, yeah, I guess I could play, but it's not the same. It's like
Oh, yeah.
you're spilling your guts, you're telling your story.
You can't give your
Everything
all.
that I write about has
Yeah.
something to do with what's in here, obviously,
Right.
you know. Yeah. And so like for this last music video that we did for Hearse, I thought it was really cool to be able to visit my grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
I got slightly emotional, dude, because
yeah,
I
I can
hadn't
imagine.
fucking been there in years. But yeah, so it was cool to, you know, just go over there, wipe it down a bit, and then fucking pour pour a beer for him, you know, because he liked to drink, and fuck, I had beer on me at the time, so.
It was a good little idea that you just came up with, you know. Out of nowhere, you're like, oh, let's go over here and do this real quick. I was like, all right, that's cool. I like that, man. So, 2022, Shanx FM has a lot of stuff planned. All right, so make sure you guys check them out one more time at the end of the episode. Can you let them know where to follow you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. That's where I do have a lot of material. I'll be cooking for you guys. I'll be, you know, just taking behind the scenes shit, or just like going out to eat and fucking eating at restaurants here in Wenatchee, shouting them out as well. You can follow me on Facebook as well if you use Facebook. I don't have Twitter or anything. You could go subscribe on the YouTube channel, Shanx FM, just Shanx FM right there. And like I said, Bandcamp, so shanxfm1.bandcamp.com.
All right, there you guys have it. And then G-Big, where can they follow you?
Got me on my Instagram. I want to say it's at gbig00420, or you could just search 81 gbig420.
Put it right here, that way you guys can see it. All right, and then you guys can follow me anywhere at EMBFlame, except TikTok, because I've had problems with them. I have like 3 accounts that I can't recover. Damn. So
TikTok's
now
weird.
I got like EMBFlame_, EMBFlame__, like just some weird shit, you know? So I don't like TikTok, alright? Just say
also
that.
follow us on Edmo Gala. We are on Facebook and Instagram. Just search Edmo Gala, EDMOGALA.
Edmo Gala, and then follow us on, or check us out on Apple Music, Spotify, all the major platforms. We don't have all our music on there, so make sure you guys go to the YouTube and check those out.
Yeah, more on YouTube. We got 2 albums and an EP on the music platforms, and then a bunch of videos and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, alright. So, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We got more episodes coming, so make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like, you know, drop a comment if anything came up and you want to let us know. Alright, so with that being said, I'm EMBFlame.
G-Bic. Peace.
Shanx FM. Thanks for watching, guys.